had a lot of bear sightings, especially in Shelby County. I love bears. Just came back from Yellowstone. Um,
Okay.
learned a lot about the grizzlies and the black bears. What do you think is happening that we're seeing this black bear sighting so much here in Shelby?
Yeah. So we do have here in Alabama, we have a population of black bears in Mobile as well as in Fort Payne. So every now and then, it happens like every so many years, right? A bear is seen here in Birmingham, Shelby County. And it's usually, my assumption is that it's just those bears kind of traveling back and forth.
Hmm.
So generally speaking, females will have like a home range and their home ranges will overlap with each other
Yeah,
with their family members. So mothers and daughters and sisters will overlap a little bit,
yeah,
but males don't have that. They just wander and meander about. And so these two populations are close enough together and bears travel a lot.
yeah,
So my assumption would be that they're just kind of traveling back and forth, or we have a rogue bear that's kind of meandering around.
yeah. Is he looking for love? Is it mating season, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think generally speaking, bears are solitary animals. They're not usually with others except for breeding season. We are kind of coming to the end of breeding season, but breeding season for bears is also kind of a little tricky. They have what's called delayed implantation, so they can really breed anytime and they'll delay any births until they're in their dens for the winter.
Oh,
But generally speaking, we are coming to the end of what we would call their breeding season.
okay. So he
Um,
may be looking for a mate.
it could be that. It could be that he's just old enough. I did see some of the pictures. I haven't seen a ton, but I did see some, and he looks like a juvenile to me,
Yeah.
which if he's just old enough that he's just breaking away from mom and starting to go off on his own, he's going to find his own kind of place to be.
Yeah.
And being breeding season, right? He could be just be looking for that. We're also starting to come into what we call hyperphagia season for
Hmm.
bears, which is when they're really hungry and they're going to start eating everything they can so that they can get prepped for the winter.
Oh,
Um, and
okay.
we're just coming into that now. We're starting to see that here with Betty and Sassy, our black bears at the zoo.
Mhm.
Even just today, I was looking at them and I was like, wow, you're hungry. Let me get you some more food.
Sounds like
Because
kids.
yes, because we've reached that point where they're wanting, no matter how much food I give them, they always want more, and that'll just keep increasing until all of a sudden they'll say, "Okay, we're done," and they'll go into their dens for the
Yeah.
winter.
Sounds like teenage boys. They eat and eat
Yes,
and eat.
yes, yes, that's
But
correct.
okay, I really kind of feel sorry though for this bear that has been named Shelby because I think last night it was spotted at a kind of a strip mall and just running from people. Yeah,
Yeah.
is there anyone that can help this bear, or does it just have to find its own way?
Yeah, I would say that he just needs to be left alone. As long as he's not messing with people, then if as long as people stay away from them, they are very nervous species. The saying goes, if it's black, fight back, if it's brown, lay down, and if it's white, good night. And what that means, like black bears in general, they don't like confrontation. They're a very shy species.
Oh,
If it comes to fight or flight, where we're either going to fight for it or we're going to run away from it, they're going to run away every time.
oh,
One of the problems that we have with black bears in the wild and why Betty and Sassy are here with us at the zoo is because of human animal conflict. So once they're very, very intelligent species. So once they figure out that we're not that scary, right?
yeah,
And they can take us,
yeah,
but also that we have food. Not that we are food, but that we have food, right? So they'll come to your back porch and they'll eat the dog food that you left out for your dog, but they
mhm,
didn't eat your bird feeder that you hung up to feed the local birds, right? All of that is really high calorie food.
mm,
And so once they come and figure out that they can just sit there and eat that,
yeah,
and they lose their fear of us because we've tossed them food or we brought our trash can out and they were able to get close to people and get through the trash can and get the food that's in there.
yeah,
They lose that fear.
mm,
And that's when they become really dangerous. And also when they can no longer survive in the wild, that's where we would have to intervene.
I
But
see.
as my thought would be, as long as he just keeps moving on and we don't interact with him and we just kind of let him go about his business,
Hmm.
uh, he should maintain that fear. I know we feel bad because he's running and he looks like he's scared, but that's actually the best thing for him is to remain
Ah, yeah,
scared and keep moving on.
I
Now
got
that's we don't want to chase him and we don't want to, you know, purposefully scare him
you. Right.
and be chasing him off. He just really needs to be left alone to do what bears do.
Okay. Okay. So it's really one bear. We're not seeing a lot of bears, is in your estimation.
I would assume it's just one. I haven't seen a ton of the pictures, but I
They,
know generally speaking, they're not going to travel in groups. If you're going to see more than one, it would be a mom and her cubs, and you would have seen them all together at the same time.
mhm.
I don't think that that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, it
Right.
looks like the same one. It pretty
Yeah.
big, and so I would assume it would be a male. The males are bigger than the females.
It kind of depends. Black bears can range anywhere from like 90 to 600 pounds, depending on where they're from. So like a Florida female is going to weigh like 90 pounds, but an Alaskan male might weigh, 600. And so we've got to kind of figure out where we are in there.
Right.
I know our girls here weigh in right now at about 190 pounds, and they're from Montana. You would assume females around here will be about the same age.
Hmm.
That said, I know that there was a 300-pound male in Mobile just last year.
Wow.
So they can really range. It's going to be hard to tell from a distance,
Hmm.
male or female. We can make our guesses, but we won't know until
Yeah.
unless we get real close.
So you've become a bear expert at the Birmingham Zoo, and people can come see the bears at the zoo. What was it that intrigued you the most to become so interested in them?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. I've been working with the Bears. They moved here in 2014. I've been here at the zoo since 2012. I started working with them in 2014, and we moved into their new habitat in 2015.
Yeah.
um, Here, and I've been with them ever since. I have a little bit of a history in my childhood with bears. I'm originally from Rhode Island, and we used to
Oh,
take trips to New Hampshire all the time, and we would always go see the bears and things like that in New Hampshire, where there's a lot of them. And I remember as a kid being terrified of
yeah.
knowing that the bears were in the woods.
Right.
And now it's a little funny that I've spent the better part of my life now um, taking care of these two girls here, and um, they're just they're everything I do every day. So yeah.
Oh, so you have kind of a relationship, I'm guessing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But you still have a healthy respect for bears because I think
Yes.
they're so cute. They're so adorable.
Yes. Yes.
And we were out in Yellowstone just after two brothers got attacked by a
Mhm.
grizzly. We were astounded how close they would get when a bear was there just to get a picture.
Yeah.
Your advice to people.
Yeah. So kind of the same thing we were talking about a second ago is, let them be, you take your pictures from a distance. The thing that people say all the time is like, if not friend, why friend shape? Because bears just look fluffy and cute and like they look like your backyard dog, especially these black bears that are weighing in at, just 190 pounds. I am a Great Dane owner. I used to have a Great Dane that was pretty close to that.
Right.
And it looks like the dogs that you could have in your backyard, looks like a big husky.
Yeah.
But they are not that.
Yes.
They are significantly stronger than that. They have a decent bite. They have very large 2-inch long curved claws that they can use. And their go-to move is to stand up on their back legs and be taller than you and swat.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And one swat from a black bear is not going to end well for you. You can be severely injured, if not worse. And that's the black bears that are little, right? Those grizzly bears, they're far more aggressive. And in those situations where people are seeing them in the wild, if the bear is sticking around for you to get that close, that's going to be those bears that have lost that fear and
Oh,
have associated you with some sort of food source.
right.
And so they're not going to be afraid to run away, which is what you ideally would like them to do. So you're going to come closer to get a picture, and then they're going to say all of a sudden you're too close, and it's not gonna be a good day.
Not end well, right? Have
Yeah,
you
yeah.
ever had a close call or not? Because you know. kind of what you're doing there.
Yeah, so here at the zoo, our bears are considered a class one dangerous animal or a class red level animal, which means they're dangerous. So we don't ever share space with them. We take a lot of safety protocols in place. We do hand feed, but our fingers never go into the mesh. We kind of pop it in through the fence to them, or we'll throw it over the top of the fence, or we'll bring them inside while we go out and put the food out for them to find later. We also have certain protocols in place where there has to be two people. Even myself, who has worked here for 14 years, and I've been with the bears since they were little babies, and they were like 60 pounds when they got here, and I've been with them ever since.
Yeah.
I still have to have a second person with me
Hmm.
to make sure that we're checking all of our safety checks and making sure that we're doing things safe, and that I always have somebody there to help back me up, or I'm there to help back them up.
Right.
Uh, right down to even the way we work them. We have a two lock, two key policy where we only have two keys and they work different locks. And
Mhm.
both of those locks are in every door we work.
Wow, that's
Um,
great.
and if I have one signed out, nobody else can sign out that same key. So we're very safe in the way we work them here, so we don't have accidents like that.
Right.
Uh,
Good.
I have done some things in Mobile where I've helped the Auburn black bear researcher down there do some trapping of adults and some finding of cubs during different times of the year, and I've helped them out a little bit. That's always a little bit interesting because I'm used to the zoo world where we have two locks and two keys and a buddy, and then we
Yeah.
go out into the field with Auburn, and it's me and two other girls, and we're going out there crawling on our hands and knees through
Uh,
bear trails, going, I hope one doesn't come this way.
You're brave.
But again, we're experienced in that level, and we have the protection stuff that we need, and know what to look for and know how to react. So
That's good news. I At Yellowstone they had the beanbag guns. They weren't guns with
right.
bullets. And that is a way that they scare the bears away. So people will see pictures of these bear park rangers and think, "Oh no, they're going to shoot at them." But that's not the case at all, is it?
Not no, I wouldn't think so. Again, I haven't done that side so much. I will say when we do the things in Mobile, we do have, the rubber buckshot
Yeah,
stuff that's going to be for our protection, but we've never actually had to use it on a time that I was there.
good.
We also always carry bear spray.
Oh
Um,
yeah, bear
and
spray.
even here at the zoo, that's part of our safety protocols, is I always have bear spray on my belt.
Okay,
So
yeah,
if I ever get into a situation,
right.
I have something on me to protect myself if I have to.
Yes, and make sure the wind isn't coming at you. I learned that. Right.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
One lady out there who encountered a lot of bears said a loud horn would scare them out of her yard. I
Yep.
don't.
And that's the same concept of, they're a nervous species.
Ah,
So if they're scared or they're not used to it and it startles them, they're going to run away before they try and come closer. So it's the same kind of concept that we were just kind of talking about.
all right. So stay away from Shelby the bear if you see him.
Yep. Yeah.
And yeah, so we can appreciate these bears at the zoo. So I'd like to invite everybody listening, go to your local zoo, go to the Birmingham Zoo. I may even come out there in the next week or so, and you can show me the bears at a safe distance.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Amanda Polsen, a Birmingham Zoo, thank you so much for your expertise. We so appreciate you talking to us today.
Yes, you're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.